I'm very busy. She is very beautiful. That was very expensive. Did you notice that too? The habit of overusing the word very. You know exactly what I mean. You want to describe something, so you just stick very in front of a basic adjective. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not incorrect. It's perfectly safe English. But if you clicked on this video, you're probably looking to upgrade your vocabulary. So let's do exactly that. In this video, I'm going to take those boring, very phrases and I'm going to give you the authentic British alternatives that will make you sound like a local. Let's not waste any more time and let's get started. Number 1, very busy. Let's start with a classic scenario. We've all been there. Someone asks you how you are, and you are absolutely swamped with work. The standard textbook answer is, I am very busy. It works, but it's a bit flat, isn't it? It doesn't really convey the stress or the chaos of your day. The first one I want to teach you is, I'm snowed under. I love this imagery. It's almost literal. Imagine you are sitting at your desk and there is so much paperwork that it's like a snowstorm has buried you. You will hear this constantly in British offices. If you ask a colleague for help, they might say, I'd love to help, but I'm completely snowed under at the moment. It's a polite way of saying no while illustrating the situation. If you want to be a bit more casual, maybe you're talking to a friend at the pub, you might say, I'm up to my eyeballs. This is a funny one, isn't it? It suggests you're drowning in tasks right up to here. It implies that things are a bit chaotic. You might say, I can't come out tonight. I'm up to my eyeballs in revision for my exams. It's expressive, it's friendly, and it's very common among younger Brits. And finally, for a more professional context, you might say, my schedule is jam-packed. We often just say packed, but jam-packed adds that extra emphasis. It means there is absolutely no space left. If you're trying to book a meeting with someone, this is a great phrase to use. I'm afraid my diary is jam-packed this week. It sounds professional, but much more descriptive than just saying very busy. Number 2, very upset. Now, let's talk about emotions. This is where British culture gets really interesting. We are famous for having a stiff upper lip, which means we don't always like to show extreme emotions. So, when we are very upset, we tend to use words that either exaggerate it for humor or understate it to be polite. If you are truly sad or disappointed, instead of saying, I'm very upset, you should use the word devastated. However, and this is a key tip, in casual British slang, we shorten words all the time. So you will often hear people say, Devo. I missed the train, I'm Devo. It's playful. We use it for things that aren't actually a tragedy. If your favorite cafe has run out of croissants, you're not very upset. You're absolutely Devo. Another classic, and this is probably one of the most used words in the UK, is gutted. You have to get the pronunciation and the tone right for this one. It's almost always accompanied by a sigh. I'm gutted. It literally refers to having your stomach, your guts, removed. You know that empty feeling you get when something goes wrong? It's used constantly in football culture. If your team loses, you are gutted. But you can use it for almost anything. I didn't get the job. I'm absolutely gutted. It conveys real disappointment, but in a very socially acceptable, conversational way. But what if you are angry? Well, Brits rarely say, I am very angry. We prefer the ultimate understatement, I'm not best pleased. This is a dangerous phrase. If your boss looks at you over their glasses and says, I saw your report and I'm not best pleased, you are in trouble. It sounds polite, it sounds soft, but it actually means they are very annoyed. It's a brilliant example of how Brits use negatives to soften the blow. Number 3, very beautiful. Moving on to something a bit more positive. How do we compliment people or things? Very beautiful is nice, but again, it's a bit generic. We prefer punchy, memorable words. First up, stunning. This is such a confident word. It packs a punch. You can use it for scenery. The view from the top was stunning. Or for a person. If your friend is dressed up for a night out, telling them they look stunning is a much higher compliment than very beautiful. It implies that their beauty has stunned you. It stopped you in your tracks. Next, we have gorgeous. This is a very warm, friendly word. We use it for everything. A baby is gorgeous. A dog is gorgeous. A dress is gorgeous. Even the weather. If the sun is shining in London, which is rare, we'd say, it's a gorgeous day. It feels enthusiastic and genuine without being overly formal. Now, I have to teach you a slang term that you will definitely hear if you watch British TV shows, though you need to be careful how you use it. That word is fit. In American English, fit usually means you go to the gym and you're healthy. In the UK, it means you are very attractive. Did you see the new guy? He's fit. It is definitely casual. You wouldn't use this in a business meeting. But if you're out with friends, it's the most common way to say someone is good looking. Number 4, very expensive. Let's be honest, living in the UK, especially London, can be pricey. So we talk about money a lot. But saying that is very expensive is a bit dry. We prefer idioms. The biggest one you need to know is it costs an arm and a leg. I love this one because it's so visual. It implies the price is so high, you'd have to sacrifice your own limbs to pay for it. It's humorous and it takes the sting out of spending money. I love that car, but it costs an arm and a leg. If you want to sound a bit more understated, remember we love understatement, you might say, it's quite pricey. Now, here is a secret about the British use of the word quite. In this context, quite actually means very. If you're looking at a menu and your friend whispers, oh, it's quite pricey here, they mean it is very expensive. It's a polite code we use to avoid sounding dramatic. And finally, the dramatic slang, it costs a bomb. This is British exaggeration at its finest. With this one, we imply the price is shockingly high, enough to blow a hole in your wallet. For example, a holiday to the Maldives costs a bomb, doesn't it? Number 5, very cheap. On the flip side, we all love saving money. If something is very cheap, we have some great phrases. The most famous one is cheap as chips. This refers to fish and chips, which historically was a very affordable meal for everyone. I got this t-shirt on sale. It was cheap as chips. It just sounds so much more playful than very cheap. Then there is the word bargain. Brits love a bargain. A bargain isn't just something cheap, it's something that has great value. It's almost like a victory. If you come home from shopping, you might show your partner what you bought and say, "Look at this. It was an absolute bargain." It implies you were clever with your money. And of course, the understated version, it's not too bad actually. If someone asks you the price of your hotel and it was cheap, you'd say, "It wasn't too bad." Again, downplaying the emotion is key to sounding natural in British English. Number 6, very inconvenient. Finally, let's talk about when things are annoying. Saying something is very inconvenient sounds quite formal, almost like a robot. If something is a hassle, we often call it a pain. It's such a pain that the bus was late. It's casual and conversational. But if you want to sound properly British, you need to learn the word faff. This is one of my absolute favourite words. A faff is something that takes more effort than it should. It's annoying, it's fiddly, it's tedious. Maybe you have to fill out a long form, or you're trying to assemble furniture and the instructions are confusing. You would say, "This is a right faff." Adding the word right adds emphasis. It implies frustration, but in a humorous, self-deprecating way. It's a brilliant word to have in your vocabulary. And the polite option, it's not ideal. Imagine you have locked yourself out of your house in the rain. A Brit wouldn't scream. They would stand there dripping wet and look at you and say, "Well, this is not ideal." It's the pinnacle of British sarcasm and humour. And there you have it, a whole host of alternatives you can use instead of relying on the word very all the time. Trust me, using these expressions makes your English sound so much more expressive, relatable, and authentic. You'll sound less like a textbook and more like a local. So my challenge to you this week is to pick just one or two of these phrases and try to use them. Next time you're busy, tell someone you're snowed under. Next time you're disappointed, tell them you're gutted. Next time something is annoying, call it a faff. Remember, if you're ever struggling with something or would like me to cover a topic in a video, please leave a comment. I love to make content that you feel like really helps you. If you'd like to receive practical tips and real-life English expressions delivered straight to your inbox, don't forget to subscribe to my free newsletter. The link is in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.